Today, I'm going to talk about something that's going to surprise you. A vegetable that's actually better than spinach for building incredibly strong legs and for killing osteoporosis at the root. Most people think spinach is the gold standard, but wait until you hear what this other vegetable does to your bones, and I'll reveal exactly which one it is at the very end, so stay with me. Before we get deeper into this, if you're watching on YouTube, go ahead and click the like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications because what I'm about to share can literally change the way you move, walk, stand, and age. Most people dealing with weak legs or early signs of osteoporosis are told the same thing: get more calcium. But low calcium is almost never the real problem. The problem is absorption, activation, and mineral placement. Your body might be getting calcium, but it's not being directed into your bones, which is why they stay weak, brittle, and prone to fractures. And this vegetable, the one I'll reveal shortly, has a nutrient profile that tells your body exactly what to do with the minerals you consume. It turns on the specific hormones that rebuild bone density from the inside out. It activates enzymes that strengthen leg muscles at the cellular level. And most importantly, it prevents minerals from being misplaced in the arteries, kidneys, or joints, which is a major cause of stiffness and inflammation as you age. Here's something most people don't realize. Your leg strength has more to do with your minerals, your mitochondria, and your endocrine system than it does with exercise alone. If your mineral pathways are blocked, no amount of squats or walking is going to fix your legs. But when those pathways are unlocked, which this vegetable does, your strength starts increasing without you even trying harder. This vegetable is packed with a forgotten nutrient that nearly every senior, every adult, and even most younger people are deficient in. It directly supports osteoblast function, the cells responsible for building bone. If osteoblasts slow down, osteoporosis becomes almost inevitable. But when they're fueled correctly, your bones regenerate faster, stronger, and denser than before. Another incredible thing about this vegetable is that it stabilizes blood sugar, which indirectly protects the bones. Most people don't know this, but high insulin weakens bones. It drains minerals, it inflames joints, it destroys collagen, and the nutrient inside this vegetable actually lowers insulin spikes and restores insulin sensitivity. That means better balance, better coordination, and better leg strength. And we haven't even gotten to the best part yet, because toward the end of this speech, just a few minutes from now, I'm going to show you exactly how to use this vegetable every day to build stronger legs, prevent fractures, and dramatically slow down bone loss. Now, here's the interesting thing. Most vegetables that are high in calcium also come with oxalates, and oxalates block calcium absorption. That's why spinach, even though it's high in calcium, isn't actually giving you the bone-building benefits you think it is. Most of that calcium never reaches your bones. But the vegetable I'm about to reveal has very low oxalates, which means your body absorbs the minerals efficiently and uses them instantly. This vegetable also contains one of the highest natural sources of vitamin K1, which is essential for directing calcium into the bones. But that's not the only thing. It has compounds that convert into vitamin K2 when paired with healthy fats. K2 is the superstar nutrient that literally pushes calcium into your bones and out of your arteries. This is why people who eat this vegetable consistently have lower fracture risk, better posture, and stronger lower body stability. And this next part is absolutely fascinating. This vegetable can reduce inflammation markers that are directly linked with osteoporosis, especially IL-6 and TNF-alpha. When these markers go down, bone loss slows dramatically and bone formation increases. It's like flipping a switch back to a younger version of your skeletal system. Most seniors think weakness is part of aging. It's not. It's mineral mismanagement. It's oxidative stress. It's chronic insulin spikes. It's hormonal imbalance. And this vegetable targets all four. So here's what I want you to imagine for a moment. You wake up and instead of stiff legs, instead of weak knees, instead of worrying about falling or losing balance, your legs feel grounded, stable, supported, strong. And that feeling isn't coming from medication or supplements. It's coming from a simple, affordable vegetable that has been overlooked for decades. And that vegetable is kale. Kale beats spinach for bone strength because it has low oxalates, high vitamin K, high magnesium, high potassium, and bone-building phytonutrients that activate the exact pathways your bones need to regenerate. But here's the part most people don't know. You can increase its bone-building power even more by pairing kale with olive oil, lemon juice, and a small amount of sea salt. Olive oil enhances K absorption, lemon increases mineral uptake, sea salt provides trace minerals your bones crave. Eat kale in salads, sauté it lightly, blend it in smoothies, or bake it into chips. What matters is consistency, because every day you eat kale, your bones get stronger, your legs get more stable, and your risk of osteoporosis drops significantly. At the end of this speech, which we're approaching, I'm going to show you how to combine kale with one more bone-building ingredient that multiplies its effects even further. This combination is so powerful that some people actually start noticing better balance within a week. Now let's go deeper into this combination I mentioned, because if you thought kale alone was powerful, wait until you understand how this next ingredient works with it. And I'm telling you right now, this pairing is what makes the real difference between slow bone improvement and fast bone transformation. Most people eat healthy foods in isolation without realizing that nutrients work like a team. They activate each other, they support each other, they absorb better together. And this one ingredient I'm about to reveal has a synergistic effect with kale that multiplies strength in the legs, densifies the bones, and even improves the elasticity of your joints. Now, before I tell you what it is, I want you to understand why synergy matters so much. Calcium alone doesn't build bones. Vitamin D alone doesn't build bones. Magnesium alone doesn't build bones. You need all these minerals to work together, but most importantly, you need something that activates the entire process, something that acts like a conductor in an orchestra, because your bones aren't just solid structures, they're living tissue. They respond to hormones, electrical signals, and nutrient activation. And this next ingredient switches on a bone-building pathway that hardly anyone talks about, yet it's the pathway that determines whether your bones stay soft or become dense like steel. This ingredient is sauerkraut. Yes, fermented cabbage. And most people completely underestimate what fermentation does. When you ferment vegetables, you unlock vitamins that weren't even available before. You create enzymes that help your body digest food efficiently. You generate probiotics that lower inflammation and boost mineral absorption. And you produce vitamin K2, the nutrient that literally drives calcium into your bones. Sauerkraut plus kale is one of the most powerful bone-building combinations you can eat. And here's why. Kale gives you K1, magnesium, and potassium. Sauerkraut gives you K2, probiotics, and natural acids that help your stomach absorb minerals at a much higher rate. But it goes even deeper than that. Sauerkraut helps you produce more stomach acid, and stomach acid is the key to extracting minerals from food. If your stomach acid is weak, you can eat all the calcium you want, but it will never reach your bones. Most people over 50 have low stomach acid, not high, and low stomach acid leads to mineral deficiencies, brittle bones, and chronic leg weakness. So when you combine kale with sauerkraut, here's what happens. You increase mineral absorption. You activate bone-building hormones, you strengthen osteoblast function, you stabilize blood sugar, you calm inflammation, and you feed your gut bacteria, which directly affects your immune system, hormones, and nutrient metabolism. Now, here's something fascinating. The probiotics in sauerkraut can reduce cortisol, and cortisol is one of the biggest enemies of your bones. High cortisol literally pulls minerals out of your bones. This is why chronic stress leads to osteoporosis. But kale and fermented foods lower cortisol naturally without any pills or medication. And I want you to imagine how powerful this is. You wake up each morning with legs that don't feel shaky anymore. Your knees feel supported. Your balance improves, you go upstairs easier, you feel more grounded when you walk, and you're not living in fear of fractures or falls, all from a simple daily routine of kale plus sauerkraut. That's it. No supplements, no expensive programs, no complicated diets. The reason your legs get stronger isn't just the nutrients, it's the metabolic shift. Your body moves from bone loss mode into bone building mode. Your joints stop inflaming. Your muscles activate more efficiently. Your mitochondria produce more power. Your nerves fire faster, giving you better coordination. And we're not even done, because at the end of this extended speech, I'm going to show you the exact daily formula. How much kale, how much sauerkraut, and the best way to combine them so your bones absorb the maximum possible benefits. Now, let's take this even deeper, because what most people don't realize is that bone strength has far more to do with your hormones and mitochondria than your calcium intake. And this is why so many people continue losing bone density even while taking supplements. They're missing the real source of the problem. Your bones respond to one thing above all: hormonal signaling. And there is one specific hormone that determines whether your bones grow or shrink, whether your legs become stronger or weaker, whether you stay stable on your feet or start feeling wobbly with every step. This hormone is osteocalcin. Osteocalcin is the messenger that tells your body, build bone here, strengthen this area, reinforce this structure. Without osteocalcin activation, your calcium, your magnesium, your vitamin D, none of it gets fully utilized. It's like having construction materials but no workers to build the house. Here's the shocking part most people never learn. Vitamin K2 activates osteocalcin, and sauerkraut is one of the richest natural sources of K2. That means this simple fermented vegetable turns on your bone-building switch. It tells the body to take the minerals you're already eating and funnel them into your legs and spine. And this is where kale enters again, because kale provides the minerals that sauerkraut helps deliver into the bone. You need both. You need the building blocks and the signal to use the building blocks. But this goes even further. Your bones are not just influenced by hormones, they influence hormones. Strong bones produce osteocalcin, which boosts testosterone in men and increases insulin sensitivity for everyone. Yes, your bones influence your metabolism. When your bones get healthier, your metabolism improves, your energy increases, your blood sugar stabilizes, and your muscle strength, especially in your legs, becomes noticeably better. Which brings me to something few people talk about. Mitochondria inside your leg muscles depend heavily on minerals. If your minerals are low or poorly absorbed, your legs feel weak. Your balance becomes unstable. Your endurance drops. You feel tired even after mild activity. This is why so many seniors experience leg weakness even when they're eating healthy. Their mitochondria are starving for minerals. Their hormones aren't activating bone-building pathways. Their digestion isn't strong enough to break down what they consume. But when you introduce kale and sauerkraut consistently, something dramatic happens inside your body. Your stomach acid improves, your mineral absorption skyrockets, your hormones activate, your mitochondrial output increases, your inflammation drops, and your bones stop deteriorating and start rebuilding. Now, here's the part you absolutely need to hear. Your legs have the highest concentration of mitochondria in your entire body. Why? Because they are responsible for supporting your weight, your posture, and your mobility. If your legs get weak, every part of your health declines. Stronger legs mean better balance, safer movement, better metabolism, lower stress levels, better blood sugar control, and far less risk of fractures. This is why when you target leg strength nutritionally, not just physically, your whole system changes, but we're still not done, because the body has another secret bone-building mechanism that almost no one talks about: mechanotransduction. Your bones grow stronger when they sense pressure, but only if the right nutrients are present. Most people walk around with weak bones because the nutrients aren't present. The signals are there: walking, moving, climbing stairs, but the bones can't respond. It's like trying to download a file with no Wi-Fi. The signal is there, but nothing happens. Kale provides the minerals, sauerkraut provides the activators, but there's one more factor. And at the end of this speech, I'm going to show you the exact daily protocol that aligns all three forces: nutrients, activation, and mechanotransduction. This protocol is so effective that many people report less knee pain, better posture, deeper sleep, improved digestion, and stronger legs fast. In part 4, we're going to go into the final layer, the bone power hour. The best time of day to eat this combination and the specific movement that locks the nutrients into your bones. Now let's get into something extremely important, something that determines whether your body uses these nutrients immediately or wastes them. Because even if you eat kale and sauerkraut every day, there is a timing window where your bones are most receptive. And most people completely miss this window. I call this window the bone power hour. It's the period where your body is naturally primed to absorb minerals, activate osteocalcin, and reinforce the bones in your legs and spine. And if you learn how to time this correctly, you multiply the results of everything we've talked about. The bone power hour begins about 45 minutes after your first movement of the day. Why? Because your circulation increases, your core temperature rises, your digestion wakes up, your hormones shift into an anabolic or building mode. This is the moment your bones are listening, your cells are ready, your mitochondria are awake, and your nutrient absorption pathways are wide open. If you eat kale and sauerkraut during this period, you get a completely different effect. Your legs feel more stable, your bones absorb minerals more efficiently, your joints feel less inflamed, and your body continues strengthening your skeletal structure for hours afterward. But timing alone isn't enough, because to lock in the minerals, especially the calcium, magnesium, and potassium from kale, you need a very specific type of movement, not heavy weights, not running, not long workouts. It's something far simpler, but incredibly powerful. It's called micro-loading. Micro-loading is the act of applying small amounts of pressure to your bones for short periods of time. It triggers mechanotransduction, the sensor inside your bones that says, we need more density here. And once that sensor is activated, the nutrients you eat get pulled into the bone instead of floating around aimlessly. Here's the fascinating part. Micro-loading can be as simple as standing on your toes for 10 seconds, or gently hopping in place, or even carrying 2 light bags of groceries and walking for a minute. These tiny movements create enough force to stimulate bone growth without stressing your joints. And when you combine micro-loading with kale and sauerkraut during the bone power hour, your bones respond like they're decades younger. This is why many people begin noticing less knee cracking, more stability when walking, a stronger, more confident stride, reduced fear of falling, better posture, a sense of lightness in the legs. Your bones are responding to the signals and responding fast. But now, we're getting to the part most people never hear about. Your bones have memory. Yes, they remember patterns of nutrition and patterns of movement. If you give them consistency, they adapt and rebuild. If you give them chaos or inconsistency, they weaken. That's why even small, predictable habits outperform big, inconsistent efforts. And this brings us to the final layer, the part that ties everything together, the exact bone power formula that seniors, athletes, and even people recovering from bone loss conditions are using to build stronger legs and reverse osteoporosis naturally. Now we've reached the point where everything comes together. The nutrients, the activation, the timing, and the micro-loading. This is where you learn the exact method people are using to rebuild bone density, strengthen their legs, stabilize their balance, and dramatically reduce the risk of osteoporosis, all with food and simple daily habits. And the formula I'm about to give you isn't theoretical. It's based on physiology, hormone activation, digestion, and nutrient synergy. When you follow it consistently, your body starts shifting from bone loss mode into bone building mode. This is the bone power formula. Step 1, start your day with movement, not food. Before you put anything in your stomach, your body needs to wake up the systems that deliver nutrients to your bones. So your first task is simple. 5-10 minutes of light activity, not exercise, just movement. Walk around your home, stretch gently, do circles with your ankles, take a short stroll outside. This movement wakes up your circulation and primes your digestion so minerals can be absorbed later. Step 2, wait 45 minutes. This is your activation window. This is the period where your body shifts from catabolic, breaking down, to anabolic, building up. Your bones are listening, your mitochondria are active, your digestive juices are ready. This is the moment you feed your bones. Step 3, eat the kale sauerkraut combination. This is the core of the protocol. The exact formula is 1 to 2 cups of kale, raw, lightly sautéed or blended, 2 to 3 tablespoons of sauerkraut, fermented, not canned vinegar, slaw, 1 tablespoon of olive oil, a squeeze of lemon, a pinch of sea salt. Every ingredient has a purpose. Kale gives you minerals, vitamin K1, and phytonutrients. Sauerkraut gives you vitamin K2, probiotics, and improved stomach acid. Olive oil enhances absorption and bile flow. Lemon increases mineral uptake. Sea salt provides trace minerals and electrolytes. When you combine them, you get a bone-building effect far greater than the ingredients alone. Step 4. Follow it with micro-loading. Remember, nutrients don't build bone unless you trigger mechanotransduction. So right after your meal, within 10 minutes, you do 60 seconds of one of these, light toe raises, gentle hops on the spot, carrying 2 light bags and walking, standing on one leg, holding a chair if needed. Slow heel drops on a step. This sends the message to your bones. We are active, we need strength, reinforce this structure. Now the nutrients can lock in. Step 5, repeat this daily for 14 days. You don't need to do this forever. Just 2 weeks is enough to feel the first shift. Your legs feel steadier, your balance improves, your joints feel calmer, your steps feel more confident, your posture starts correcting itself naturally. But the long-term benefits come from consistency. If you continue this routine, your bones adapt, your strength increases, and your risk of fractures drops dramatically. And here is the secret booster I promised earlier. Add 1 teaspoon of sesame seeds to your kale. Sesame seeds contain the perfect ratio of minerals, especially calcium and magnesium, and they work beautifully with the K1 and K2 in your meal. Just that 1 teaspoon multiplies the mineral density your bones absorb. This is why seniors who follow this method report improvements like reduced osteoporosis symptoms, stronger thighs and calves, better walking stability, less fear of falling, reduced joint pain, and in many cases, improved bone density scans, all from a simple food-based protocol. Now here's the key takeaway. It's not the kale alone, not the sauerkraut alone, not the movement alone, not the timing alone. It's all of them together in one daily pattern that flips your body into bone-building mode.